So what made you want to do this interview now? Like, where do you feel like you're at in your life that like you wanted to sort of have, because you haven't done like a lot of interviews, or you've done a couple,
just,
but
I've been watching you for a while now. I just always, I be tapped in with what's going on, like for a minute though, like for a while, and just like, it's a dope platform. So I'm like, get on there and come speak.
No, I appreciate it.
No,
but like, where do you feel like you're at in terms of your music at this point? Like, are you motivated?
Now I'm getting back motivated now. Like, my mind is a little more clear now. Like, just like life experiences, life changes. Like I told you, like I just got shot last year, like a year and 3 months ago. I just got shot.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Going to meet my bro at the studio right there. He called me out eating with my baby mama and my son and her daughter out eating, and then my bro called me like, hey, such and such at the studio, he wants you to come knock this verse out. And I'm like, all right, as soon as I leave here, I'm gonna pull up. So I told my baby mama, like, I'm gonna take my son and go to the studio, and I'm gonna meet you back at the house, but it's her birthday. So she like, nah, you about to go cat off with a broad. I'm like, no, I ain't. Like, So she like, nah, we all coming. So I'm like, all right, come on. So we end up dipping to the studio. But on my way to the studio, something telling me like, man, something is about to happen. But I something in my heart, I felt it. But I'm like, it's cool. Like, I'm right, Anywhere I go, I circle the block. Like, no matter where I'm at, it's just like a habit of mine. I circle the block to see who cars, just trying to pay attention. I circle the block. I see a car, I don't really pay attention. I don't really look to. I end up parking. Now I'm calling my bro. I'm like, he ain't answering the phone because he told me he was outside smoking. His phone was down. So my baby mom, my son, her daughter's in the car. I'm like, man, I'm about to go around to the other door. Y'all stay right here. Like, So boom. When I walk around to the other door, I'm ringing the doorbell for like 45 seconds, but something telling me like, keep your back to the door and watch the street. It just felt weird. And in the midst of me ringing the doorbell, I turned to the door and something said, bro, turn around. So when I turn back around, I just see like a dope popping. I just see 2 dudes jump out. Like I see a rifle and a hand thing, and I see 2 dudes. I'm like, ooh. And then mysteriously, by the grace of God, it was a car. It was one car on the street because I can either only go right or left. I couldn't go this way. I can either go this way or this way. And I'm in the middle with a block. So it's like, I'm down there, caught with my pants down. And it was just a car like kind of right in front of me. And I just happened to just get behind the car, and they started shooting up the car. I'm seeing a piece of the car flying off, piece of concrete off the wall. And for a split second, I'm like, damn, like somebody just set me up at this studio. Like but in my mind, I'm like, I ain't going out like this, like, So boom, 2 more dudes started, it was like 4. It was like 4 of them. They all shooting at one time. So in my mind, I didn't panic though. I'm sitting there, I didn't panic. Sitting there, and I'm kind of like, just like laughing a little bit, like, damn, he's like, But I told myself, like, after the rifle go off, you're gonna get up and run and get up out of here. As soon as the rifle go off, they stop shooting for like 5 seconds. I get up, take off. They start shooting again. I'm like, dang, niggas ain't ran out of bullets yet.
What the fuck?
I finally turn around the corner. When I get around the corner, my baby mom in the driver's seat now, and she looking at me. And I'm just walking to the car now, And then when I get there, I'm like, she like, come on, get in the car. I'm like, nah, let them drive off first. So once I seen them drive off, she like, what you just do? I don't know, for some reason, she like, she know how I be moving, so she thinking I just did something. Like, what you just do? I'm like, I ain't just like them. Like, I ain't do nothing. Like, some niggas just try to kill me. And she like, they try to set you up in the studio? I'm like, I don't know.
Because the only person who could have set you up was like your friend.
Was my dog who's sitting right here, but I knew in my mind that he ain't, not even close. I'm like, not even close.
But they could have been following you from somewhere else.
I would have seen it, know? I would have seen it. So I get in the car. I knew I was shot in my foot. And my son's just looking at me like, So I'm trying to keep him calm. I'm trying to let him know. But he's so smart. He was 5 at the time. He paid attention to everything. He kind of like just own it. But I ain't panicking nothing. I just told her, man, drop me off at the hospital. I got to the hospital and my phone ringing. My young partners from the projects called me. They're like, man, you good? I'm like, man, what you mean am I good? What you know? They're like, man, they just called us like laughing, like go pick you up. They just killed you.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, that's what they said. I ain't even told my own shot at this time. But I'm walking in the hospital at the same time on the phone. So I'm like, yeah. Like, all right. So I hang up the phone. Then everybody get the call. And I call him. I'm like, bro, he finally answered. Bro, why y'all didn't open the door? He like, man, had a shots just went off, brothers. Ooh, police said somebody was shooting back and it was a shootout and da-da-da-da and da-da-da. I'm like, bro, I just got shot. He like, huh? You just got, I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, I'm good though. Like, I'm good. Hang up. Now everybody calling me. I don't even call my mama at the time. I didn't want her to know. So I was trying to hide it from my mama, like, And they passed me up. I'm trying to get up. I'm telling the doctor, like, man, everyone just foot shot, man. Let's go. Let me go home, like,
Mm-hmm.
They end up passing me up. I ended up getting a call from my young partners, like, man, they want to holler at you. So I ended up hollering at the niggas and all the shit. It was cool.
Hollered at the dudes who shot you?
Yeah.
What was that conversation like?
It wasn't nothing. It was just more respect. They put a little respect on my name. That was it. They was kind of respecting it. Like, man, it wasn't for you, but, we saw you. We had to get our chance. We don't really get that too often.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I never heard of that. Just have a conversation about it after? What the fuck?
Hey, man, it happens. It's cool, though. Told them it's all love,
Damn, the Bay is grimy. You guys
the Bay
are wild.
crazy, and the Bay wild. The Bay get wild, man. People come to the Bay and just be thinking it's wild out there. Everybody like that. Like, just because they from the other side or whatever, I ain't gonna sit there in front like everybody don't get wild. Everybody get wild out there. So it just happens, man.
That's crazy. Because sometimes, in general, like Northern California, in LA, I feel like we kind of look at it like shit is crazier up there. Sometimes, at least.
Yeah, it get wild everywhere.
There's a little bit more structure, it feels like, out here. It's
it ain't no structure in the Bay.
That's one thing I realize is that's a big thing that keeps shit from happening in a way that doesn't happen with Chicago and shit, is that a lot of times, like, two older dudes will get on the phone and, like, basically make younger dudes be cool with each other that want to kill each other.
Yeah, they can't do that in the Bay.
They can't do that about everything, but they can do it about some shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't have that, then it's really just a free-for-all.
Yeah. They can't really do that in the Bay. It's like every man for themselves, for real.
It's crazy. It feels like, I don't know, like the Bay Area has, like, especially San Francisco, has gotten like way crazier since the pandemic.
They bip your car, man. Don't leave nothing in your car, man. They were getting right up in there faster than you can blink.
Yeah, it's like
they getting that thing
the
faster than you can blink.
The fentanyl, the fucking, I don't know, just like all this shit coming together to just make it like, and the decriminalization shit, so people are like less scared to be getting fucked up in public and shit.
Right.
I don't know. Does it just feel like it's just absolutely out of control?
The fentanyl is crazy. My nephew tatted on my hand. He ended up dying of a fentanyl perk. So like that's, man, I don't know where that came from or how it came. I don't know what's even making people even think that to even sell that type of stuff is cool. But that really ain't it. I don't know what's wrong with people.
They're just bad chemists for the most part. I think they're just fucking up the batch.
But it's like, who even got the idea to start selling that? Like, it's crazy.
Shit, the pharmaceutical company's been making it for like people in the hospital and shit like that. But yeah, I remember like mid 2020, like as soon as they kind of like let people move around a little bit more, we did a BMX trip. It was San Francisco, and I had a cop say to me that, like, we were riding bikes at like a federal building, and he was just like, "Yo, you can't ride here, but you can ride anywhere else because this whole city is fucking anarchy now." Like, and just like the way that the cop said it to me, I was just like, damn, like I never heard a cop talk about like that. Like he just sounded like he had just given up. Like it was just, he had accepted that this whole shit was just so fucked up that,
It seems like there ain't nothing they can do.
Yeah.
They try to go down there and clean up the TLs, and that ain't nothing they can do, man. It seems like it's gonna be like that forever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what's life like for you these days?
I mean, it's cool, man. I'm just taking care of my kids, man. That's the number one important thing in my life, man. My kids. And just trying to stay out the way for real. Like, just trying to be better, man. I don't like hanging out, and I feel like I outgrew that. Like, I know some people they ain't gonna never like forget, so I gotta like, move a certain way for sure. But I try to just stay away as much as possible and just like do more positive thing. I just do an Easter egg hunting projects for the kids, and just trying to like clean up an image a little bit. You know what I mean? Like just trying to clean it up a little bit, man, because these people out here, the police is against you. You got everybody. You know what I mean? So you gotta like start bettering yourself and your surroundings.